Good afternoon. Welcome to Speaking in Your Basement. I'm here in my basement. Hopefully, you're someplace where you can really focus in and practice a little and build the habits that are going to lead to you being a more effective speaker. Today, I thought we'd take a step back. Simon Sinek has a book called Start With Why. I know we're a few episodes in. We're going to get started. We're going to restart with why. How's that? It's good to have some idea of what your reasoning behind this is. What's your why? What really motivates you about getting better at speaking? Is it income potential, earning more money, networking? Is it improving your relationships? Is it dating? Whatever it is, it's a good idea to get it clear in your mind. Write it down or speak it out loud. Say some things about it. What would you like your life to be like once you're a little bit better at speaking? What will that experience be for you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Get some idea of that. And again, writing it down is good. Speaking it aloud is good. When you get things out of your head in one of those ways, writing it down might be best because you can actually modify it, pick the best word. When you speak it, I get a similar effect. How does it sound? And if it sounds ludicrous, it's usually much more clear that it's ludicrous when I say it out loud. And sometimes there's ludicrous good in that this is going to be a real stretch. Sometimes there's ludicrous bad and it just doesn't make any sense. So speaking things aloud is useful. I'll give you one of my whys right now. It's the breadth of the speaking skill. It's how broad it is. I've spent a few years in Toastmasters and a few years doing other things to improve, intentionally in some cases and quite accidentally in others, to improve my public speaking ability. And what's been most interesting about that to me is the better I get at that, it's not like it instantly fixed everything else I do with communication, but it gave me mechanisms. It put mechanisms in place so if I'm not doing as well as I want to do, I know how to get feedback on that now. And I know ways to play and test so I can start getting better at it. And I know to get clear on it, get consistent with it so I can keep coming back to the same situation or something like the same situation again and again and again until I start getting those results I really want. And when I do that, there's not many areas of your life that speaking won't help, particularly communication in general, which is part of speaking. You're going to learn to communicate better with anybody you work for, with anybody who works for you, any of your coworkers that you work with. You'll learn to speak better to any children you might have, to your parents, to any other family members, in-laws, to the people you meet in your daily life, to romantic interests. All these relationships are going to be enhanced by your ability to speak, both in terms of getting a little bit better at speaking immediately, but also getting better at being clear on how to improve situations with communication. So the more you practice this, the better you get. The broadness of the skill of speaking is one of my biggest whys for focusing on it. There's lots of benefits I can get in lots of different areas of life. What's your why? Why do you want to get better at speaking? Why is this a priority for you? Now, these reasons are good. This is important. And what's really going to build the momentum is when you keep coming back to it for a certain amount of time. You'll just start feeling the momentum building and taking over. It's not that you won't still have to show up. It'll just get more and more natural and instinctive for you to show up and do your practice. But it's also good to have that reason why. Is it an outcome you're looking for? Is it a feeling you're looking for? What do you want out of this? Why? Why speaking? Whatever that is, get a little more clear on it. Write it down. Thanks again for spending some time with me today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.